Have you ever looked in the mirror, peeled back all the responsibilities, the titles, the social roles you play, and asked yourself, who am I actually beneath all of this? If you've ever felt like you're playing a role in life, that you didn't quite design that role, you're not alone. Today, I want to explore with you how we lose ourselves in the first place, why masking is both our greatest defense and our heaviest burden, and how the ancient practice of shamanic journeying can open up the doorway back to our authentic self and to remembering who we are beneath all of these masks. Dr. Gabor Maté speaks about this fundamental conflict that every human faces, this tension between attachment and authenticity. As children, when being authentic risks losing the approval of our parents, teachers, or our peers, we will always sacrifice our truth to maintain attachment. We learn to adapt. We learn to mask. And as Dr. Peter Levine points out in his work on trauma, these adaptations are brilliant survival mechanisms for our nervous system because they keep us safe from rejection and emotional harm. The problem is that we forget we've put our mask on. And we can see how toxic masking can be in our society all the time. Historically, during the Renaissance and the Victorian eras, women literally applied toxic lead and mercury to their faces to fit the beauty ideals. And by masking, they were causing actual toxic physical harm. And today we can still see the pressure on women, especially to mask and fit in, with the use of Botox, with fillers and unrealistic beauty aesthetics. And we see it in demanding professions, especially healthcare, where doctors have some of the highest burnout and mental distress rates because the pressure to remain stoic and performative is relentless. Masks can serve us when chosen consciously, but when we aren't able to make space for our authentic selves and the mask is worn continuously, they'll drain our vitality and sometimes even our sanity. So how do we take the mask off safely? For me, traditional psychotherapy gave me the cognitive awareness to spot my patterns, but it was shamanism that gave me the experiential keys to transform them. Shamanism is not a dogma. It's an open, symbolic exploration of your inner consciousness. The practice of shamanic journeying is perhaps the easiest way we can all access our inner shaman, as a guide to unmasking and remembering our authentic selves. It mirrors what Italian psychiatrist Roberto Ascioli mapped out in his model of psychosynthesis. In shamanism, there are 3 realms that make up our reality. The middle realm is our ordinary waking reality, where we navigate our everyday lives. The lower realm is our subconscious landscape. It's where our instinctual power lies, often symbolised by power animals. A bear may appear in a journey for a grounded courage, a coyote for adaptability, or an eagle for clarity. It's also where we encounter our shadow, the hidden parts of ourselves. Through the shamanic practice of soul retrieval, we can reclaim these lost, rejected, and hidden parts of ourselves and bring them back into wholeness. The upper realm. This is the realm of the higher self and transpersonal wisdom. It provides the expanded, loving perspective that we need when we feel stuck, cynical, or weighed down by old limitations. The shamanic journey practice is easy to learn, and journeying on your own is deeply rewarding and can bring much healing. But when you're first beginning, it can be especially helpful to journey within a group circle. And group energy holds its own unique power. Because we were conditioned into hiding by social groups, the deepest and most profoundly transformational healing often happens when we are opening up and are witnessed and accepted by the group, just as we are in my shamanic journey circles. When people share the imagery and the insights from their journeys, the shared resonance is unmistakable. We realise our struggles and our beauty are part of the same shared human tapestry. As Rumi wrote, "You are not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in a drop." And Don Miguel Ruiz, perhaps my favourite Toltec shamanic teacher, reminds us that our only real task in this lifetime is simply to be happy. But we don't have to navigate that journey of remembering ourselves and find our path to authentic happiness alone. When you step into a sacred circle, there is no need for performance. You're welcomed exactly as you are, messy and tender and searching and real. And we come together knowing that every single one of us is both wounded and gifted. And in that shared space, being truly witnessed by a tribe of fellow seekers, the nervous system finally gets to soften and exhale. And we complete our tribe's 13 moon-long journey together. And the goal isn't just learning ancient techniques, it's feeling re-rooted in your own intuition, sovereign in your daily life, and truly at home in your own skin. As the saying goes, we are all just walking each other home. So if your heart feels called to explore your inner landscape, develop your shamanic visioning skills and soften, perhaps even relinquish the masks that you no longer need, our next Shaman's Way cohort begins this coming October, and the circle is open, and it would be an absolute joy to welcome you. All the details, along with my beginner's guide to shamanic journeying, are linked in the description below. Thanks for sharing your time with me today. And wherever your path leads, may you walk in beauty.